Let's get to the chaos. Uh, the football season started, and before we could get to 1 o'clock on Sunday, you had the games that start that were Thursday and all of that. But before you could get to 1 o'clock on Monday, all hell broke loose. First off, Tyreek Hill was pulled over for a traffic incident about 1 block from the stadium and briefly detained by police. He was released. Several teammates saw the incident and stopped and offered support, including Calais Campbell, who was arrested or detained. I don't think he was arrested. He was detained along with Tyreek Hill. All the other players involved have safely arrived at the stadium. And when we get to our football segment, you'll see what Tyreek did in response. So
I mean, we're gonna talk about this now, or we're gonna talk about this then.
We'll talk about this now. We'll talk about the celebration in the football. I saw a lot of viewpoints on this, y'all. I saw, how do you do it? How do you not know that that's not Tyreek Hill? How do you not know that's not Tyreek Hill? What traffic violation could he have had for him to be pulled out of the car and put in handcuffs on the ground? There's other videos where the cop can be seen striking Tyreek Hill on the back and shoulder multiple times. There has been new video released that shows Tyreek Hill. It was the body cam saying, "Hey, I just had surgery. I can't
on my knee.
On my knee. I can't just go. I have to get to the game." How this all started was he said, "Could you give me my ticket so I could leave?" In an annoyed manner, is what he said. And then the cop kept spewing some stuff, and he said, "No, I'm gonna close my window," which he has every right to do. Right? He has every right to say, "I don't talk to police," or "Give me my ticket. Am I under arrest?" He has every right to do those three things. And the cop said, "We're not going to do that." Pulled him out, put him on the ground. That's a quick summary. There's way more that you could probably add, but that's pretty much what happened. Shitty situation. The cop has been put on administrative leave, got paid to not work, while an internal investigation is going on.
For me, it's frustrating because you got pulled over. When you get pulled over, for anybody who's never been pulled over, it sucks. I think we all know because we all been pulled over, especially
if you've been in college, you've been pulled over.
Yes. So you got pulled over. You don't have to be in the best mood because you got pulled over. Tyreek didn't do anything other than ultimately what the police officer asked him. And so many times we see our other counterparts have much more disrespectful conversations with a lot less of the whooping of the ass. Now, a part of this is me and you are black males. We probably been having this conversation or had this conversation had with us since you're about 12, 13.
You have this conversation before you have the puberty conversation.
Yeah. Of, hey, man, if you're dealing with cops, be polite, be very nice. That's really as far as you could go as far as being upset with Tyreek. And that's not really an obligation. That's just more conditioning of black people to, be able to deal with police. But that's not really an obligation or anything. And as a cop, you're supposed to protect and serve. Not yank out and whoop ass. That's not what the side of your car says. Not last time I checked. Same thing with the whole Calais situation. They had a cop here who was clearly trying to de-escalate the situation. And his counterpart said, pardon my French here, fuck your de-escalation. You can get it too. In so many cases, cops just don't know how to manage conflicts. And for them and that to be a large part of their job, I don't know what really to say. It looks like Tyreek he probably got a lawsuit on his hand, probably a couple $1 million.
Whatever legal he owed, y'all about to pay for it now.
Yeah.
If he owed any money, if there was a warrant, y'all about to pay for it.
And this is the thing. It's Miami. I don't obligate these people to know who the hell Tyreek Hill is. It's so many famous people. Like, maybe if this is Green Bay, then maybe. But there are a ton of famous people, I'll be honest, that look like Tyreek Hill running around Miami. I don't expect for them to give him preferential treatment because they identify him as Tyreek Hill. But you shouldn't be treating people across the board like this, whether they Tyreek Hill or anybody. Get your money, Tyreek.
What's interesting about this is his post-game interview when he said, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? And I said I saw a lot of different conversations
your ass
on that, where they were saying, yeah, but being Tyreek Hill has gotten you out of trouble before. And I'm like, okay, sure.
What does that have to do with today?
But right now, I'm getting slammed on the highway, and then I'm getting sat down, and I'm getting punched by 3 cops. And you said you said something, and I don't want to offend cops because, again, I have family that are cops, that are police, that are in the military, and I respect
good cops
them
won't be offended by the truth. I've noticed that.
Good cops, these type of police officers, and those in charge that allowed this to happen and put them on administrative leave, and then just let them come back and get another job somewhere else, they're the ones that are straining the relationship between the community and the police. Not the community. It's the police that do bad policing. We just told y'all we had to have the conversation. We had to have a conversation before we had the puberty conversation about how to interact with police, or they will kill you. So literally, they will kill you. We've had
y'all heard me talk about police and pit bulls all the time. Sure, I know a bunch of them that are great, but it only takes one for you to have a big problem. So yeah, you have to govern yourself accordingly. And I mean, more than that, they waited for him to be handcuffed before they started punching him. That really pisses me off.
Yeah, y'all some suckers. Number one, y'all some hoes.
That's really for black men specifically. That's emasculating. It's like, oh, I got him now. I can get to him how I want to. And like, if you was on that time, if y'all on that time, then you should have grabbed him. I'm always okay for the fair one. You should have grabbed him when he was uncuffed, and y'all should have fought and shot the fair one. But I'm telling you, Tyreek Hill would have put the boo-bops on him, and then they would have shot him.
Now we gotta shoot. Exactly. No, they would have shot him. They would have shot him. That's why you can't do that. That's why we say the bad cops, the cops that act like this, y'all some hoes. Y'all some suckers. Y'all hide behind a badge. Y'all hide behind a gun. And then y'all try to say, I'm not going to be. There's no way you would talk to 6'8" Calais Campbell like that without a weapon and a badge, talking about you can get it too. He would have ripped your arm off.
Oh, boy.
So I don't want to hear all of that. I don't want to see all that BS about, Tyreek, this. No. These cops are some suckers. Cops that violate the law to me, and I'm going to get off my political soapbox. This is where I want my tax dollars to go. You violate the law. You have police brutality. You've been convicted. You should not be able to practice any type of law enforcement ever again in this country. There should be a directory. Just like to catch a predator, to catch a killer. You should kill all suck-ass cops that do that. Y'all should never be able to be a security guard. You should be able to carry a baton. You shouldn't be able to carry an automatic pen, an automatic pencil. You should have to sharpen your pencil with a pencil sharpener for the rest of your life. You should have no weapons at all, and you should have to register. Because if you don't, and they qualified immunity and all this bullshit,
register black offender.
Y'all some suckers. And I say to any cop face,
that's how it went through your mind. He was like, you know what?
I say that to any cop. If you operate like this outside the law because you want to be tough behind a badge, you a sucker. And there's some other words that I could say, but I got a daughter now, so I'm trying not to say those words anymore.
But this is the thing. Like, you saw there was a good cop there who was trying to manage and de-escalate the situation.
Shout out to the good cop. My bad.
I think that he probably also knew who Tyreek was. And he was probably like, hey.
This is going to end
This
bad.
is going to be... And when it comes down to it, that's what I really want to know. I want you, the cop, because... he basically protocoled him and chumped him off in front of everybody too. Like, hey, I know what you said. I know you're trying to de-escalate this situation. I am intent on escalating this situation. Like, that was clearly his intent. Calais was talking to the other cop.
beat his
hey,
ass.
man, we're talking one-on-one. All right, let's just do this. Just go on about your business. The cop showed up. No, I'm here. You're dealing with me now.
Yo,
You're
nobody
supposed
see,
to
and
be
that's what I
solving
mean, bro.
problems.
You a bit you. I can't say it. I want to say it so bad. You're a punk. You're a punk.
But
You're a punk.
I do think that Tyreek should be able to get his lick back.
Yeah,
sure.
see me. Hey, I'll drop all charges if you fight me. Shoot me the fair one.
No, you hit me while I was cuffed. Let me get one back on you, and then we go. Hey, call it even.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You picking your jaw up like Drake.